1045 The Team, 1045theteam.com. Joining us thanks to Mohawk Honda, your number one volume dealer in the Capital Region, is UAlbany football and basketball broadcaster Zach Bye. Zach, the Danes get a big win yesterday. They're 1-0 in FCS play, 1-1 overall after the season opening loss to Buffalo. Your early impressions on what you saw from the Danes last week?
Well, last week against the University of Rhode Island, I thought was a strong performance all around. I thought the quarterback play was terrific. DJ Crook, who I thought managed the game very well, did not make huge mistakes. The running game was terrific with the young kid, Elliot Krosky, out of CDA High School, an Albany native, was named the CAA Rookie of the Week, almost put up about 160 yards of total offense, was phenomenal in the second half, and really provided them a big boost. And defensively, they only let Rhode Island into the red zone 2 different times, and the one time Rhode Island was really threatening. They put a big sack on the quarterback and ended up stripping the football and completely taking all hope away from the Rams. So, I mean, on both sides of the football, I was pretty impressed. But this is a young team who's still trying to figure it out. And against a team like Rhode Island, who flat out Albany has more talent than they needed to go out and win that football game, and that's exactly what they did.
The Danes rush for almost 200 yards. They pass for almost 200 yards. They run it 40 times. They pass it nearly 30 times. How important is that balance going forward?
I think it's pretty important, especially when you step into conference play and the scouting goes just absolutely through the roof. You play a couple of games and you have some success, and then the defense is fully aware of what's going on due to the diligence of the coaches during the week, at this level and really at any level of college football. But I think it's very important, and especially you talk about the run game. You're replacing Omar Osborne, who Albany lost due to graduation, who's a top 3 running back in school history pretty much. And you got these couple freshmen in there who are carrying the football for the first time in their college careers. You got Elijah Token Hanks, who was the CAA Rookie of the Week 2 weeks ago after his performance against Buffalo. And then you have Elliot Krosky come out and registered 2 touchdowns, 150 yards rushing. He gets CAA Rookie of the Week, and they're showing signs of promise there. I mean, that's pretty uncommon to put back-to-back Rookie of the Week at the same position from the same school. So I think that's big. And if they can fuse that together with a consistent DJ Crook at the quarterback position, who transferred in from Penn State, he was Hackenberg's backup a season ago. He's providing a steady hand at that spot. What you'll get with success from both those positions is just an opportunity to win football games. It's not going to guarantee you anything in that league, because I think Albany's still outmatched against the superior opponents in that league, like James Madison, like Villanova, and schools of that nature, New Hampshire. But the fact of the matter is, if you can get consistent play from those 2 spots and the balance that you just referred to, you're going to give yourself a chance every Saturday. And like I said, sometimes they're going to have games this year that are a little over their head, but that'll make that distance between their head and their opponent, a little bit less.
Zach Bye joining us due to Mohawk Honda, your number one volume dealer in the Capital Region. The Danes traveled to James Madison. What do they need to do against the Dukes here to pull what many would think would be a big upset?
Well, it would be a big upset. First of all, James Madison is a tremendous football team and plays at a level, nationally across the board that Albany is hoping to get to in the next 2 or 3 years. They play in front of 25,000 people. They have a quarterback who started a full season and a half at Georgia Tech, Thad Lee, who decided to transfer to JMU for his last 2 years. And you ask me, what they need to do. You cannot let Thad Lee go out and be an All-American like he is. And if he goes out and throws for 250 yards and another 120 yards with his legs, like he is very capable of doing, and when I say very capable, it's almost the expectation from him at this point. He's that good that Albany's going to be on the wrong end of a lopsided loss. After the first 2 games of the season, James Madison is outscoring their opponents 111-24. So, I mean, this is a tall task. That place is going to be jumping with 25,000 people, and no doubt who are going to be fired up to see the Dukes, kick in the heads of UAlbany. But the fact is, if they can limit that quarterback badly and get the run game going and control the pace of the game, and do a respectable job on the defensive side of football, they could be in the game. Because if you look back to a year ago when James Madison was visiting UAlbany, I could have said the same things about maybe the across-the-board talent difference, and Albany was in a position to win that football game and was a bounce or two away from having an opportunity to win that football game. So, on paper, James Madison will probably be a 2 or 3 score favorite, but Albany has shown me, even with hanging tough with Buffalo in the first half, and then what they did to Rhode Island this past week, there's encouraging signs there that would lead you to believe that this could be a competitive football game.
It may be football season, but we're really not that far away from college basketball season, and UAlbany just released their full schedule this past week. My first thoughts on the schedule are obviously the highlighted matchup, the first game against Kentucky, the matchup against Siena. They highlight the non-conference schedule. Conference play, though, starts January 6th, and the thing that has me vexed a little bit is the Danes don't have back-to-back home games in the league until February 14th and 17th. They go more than a month without back-to-back home games. Seems like a lot of travel here, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's no doubt it is, but you want to know what? I almost think that's a gift and a curse. You're never gonna have the consistency of having 3 consecutive home games. But the fact of the matter is, they may be playing the conference tournament on the road this year, and if they don't ultimately win the regular season championship, so with the new format of the league, you may be playing at Stony Brook, for a couple of games in a row. I like the fact that you're going to cause a little bit of chaos during the season and just a lack of consistency. But the one thing I will say is, the first time that they do play back-to-back home games, they play 3 of their last 4 games of the regular season at home, and obviously you want your team to be playing their best basketball and peaking during that time of year. I think it does help that you're going to be put through the fire in the regular season, and you're going to finish it with 3 of your last 4 games at home and try to go into the conference tournament on the right foot. But the bottom line is, it doesn't matter where you play. The guys that Will Brown has back this year are tried and true through the fire, and they're a senior-laden group. And I don't think it's going to matter a ton. Now, it matters to a degree, but I don't think it's going to matter a ton where they're playing this year. I think they have the capability, and it's almost the expectation for them to win anywhere in the league, name the location, and I think you roll the balls out, and this team can beat anyone in the America East.
Zach By joining us thanks to Mohawk Honda, your number 1 volume dealer in the Capital Region, getting set for UAlbany versus James Madison Saturday, 3 p.m. down in Virginia, and always talking a little UAlbany hoops as well. Zach, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on, man. Look forward to the next time.